Hello traders, happy Sunday, happy new week for all of you. I'm here with a market analysis for this week. I'm just going to share this briefly, and this is not financial advice. Please do not take my word and use it to trade. Make your own decisions, make your own analysis. If you agree with me, then fair and fine. If you don't agree with me, it's still okay. Don't feel obligated to do as I say, unless if you are my student, then I will tell you exactly what you must do and guide you through the whole process. Now, so the market analysis will look at only two pairs. So in this regard, we're just going to look at Euro USD, USD CHF, and the dollar index. So with only these three pairs, you should be able to then know what other pairs are going to do. So in this same class, if you have, let's say, Euro USD, all right, you should already know what GBP USD is going to do, or the USD is going to do, and NZD USD is going to do. Same applies if I tell you about USD CHF. You should already know what USD card is supposed to do, and potentially to some extent what USDs are and USD are going to do. But these, again, because they're exotic pairs, they might do just a little bit different, or they might be behind at some point, but you will definitely know what they're going to do. Now, that also means that in the same class, you should be able to know what all the USD pairs are going to do. So in this regard, we'll be talking about OD card, OD JPY, OD CHF, etc., any OD pair. And again, this does not mean that OD JPY will do exactly what OD card will be doing. Again, you need to know disparity and correlation of pairs. If you don't know that, I'll teach this on another video, or I'll share another video where I was talking about this, where I explain about it, and you then get to appreciate what exactly I meant. All right. So now at the same time, that then means any pair of the likes of card CHF, let's say card JPY, I'll just put a few, but etc., you already know what these are going to do. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to try and show you that the market will always be have correlation and disparity of pairs, right? Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail with this, but if I show you what DXY is going to do, you already know what EU is going to do, and you already know what USD CHF is going to do. And that means anything that correlates positively or negatively with this, or branches out of this, and anything that branches out of what it correlates with USD CHF, you will already know what's going on. So basically, you will know how the whole market is going to go. So generally, that's exactly what it means. All right, so this is it, guys, and so I want you to pay attention as I teach you this. Now, first of all, You know, we do market maker method, and for those who are not aware, market maker method, we believe that the market forms a peak, goes into level 1, and then goes into level 2 consolidation, and then goes into level 3, and then the market sells. So this is what we believe in, and we believe that after a market has moved 3 times, it doesn't matter whether it's 5 days, 3 days, 7 days, or whatever, but after it has shown us 3 rises or 3 drops, we need to expect a reversal. So now this is exactly what we're going to be looking at from a bit the market maker method perspective. Now we're going to start with the dollar index. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep this very short. So we'll start with the dollar index and we'll look at the weekly chart. All right, so I'm just going to quickly go to the monthly chart and mark the start of the year. So I love to analyze just to see what exactly is happening entirely throughout the whole year. It kind of gives you a basis of what to expect for that particular year. All right, so as you can see right here, this is what has been happening the whole year on the dollar index. Now, for some who do not know what a dollar index does, there are some brokers which will give you dollar index, some will give you yen, NZD indexes. These are futures which you can actually analyze and see what the actual pairs are doing. And again, it's not like if you don't analyze dollar index, you're not gonna know what the market will do. Please, this is just an added confirmation, so you have nothing to worry about. Even if you do not use it, you still make it in the market, so don't feel like maybe you are missing out or anything. All right, now looking at this chart, I can clearly see that for this whole year we've had the market start from here and move all the way up, and then it created a peak with a shorter second leg, and the market has moved all the way down and is now retracing. All right, so I'm pretty sure this is something familiar to all of you. So this actually does look like a market maker cycle already, and you already know what to expect. So the market, what it's gonna do, looking at this from a weekly perspective, my anticipation this week is that we are trading within this range and this range. I'm just gonna mark this low right here. All right, this range. So if you look carefully, you'll find that the market did not really take out the lows that were formed last year. It actually respected that lows, right? But because we have already formed a peak formation here, we are anticipating that the market is on a sell. So we are looking at bearish moves. So the fact that the market has respected the low of last year, it will actually come back in the range. When we say the range, we are talking about that high and that low that I've just marked, and then from there it will then get into a certain key level and then decide to come back. Now, so what you then look at from a higher time frame is this. So you are looking at a bearish market, right? You're looking at a bearish market, but at the same time the market has decided to actually become bullish. All right, so the market does not move in one direction, the market moves in this kind of direction. So it always moves and corrects whatever it would have done. And already we've got a candle this much, which shows you what was happening during news, and this also shows you the candle for October. All right, so the key levels looking at this are gonna be our highs and lows. Okay, so our key levels are going to be our what? Our highs and lows. So the market has a tendency of respecting what? Highs and lows. So in this case, the first thing, the market already has respected last year's low. All right, the market has already respected last year's low, and it has decided to actually push up. So the question is, where exactly is it pushing onto? So you already know what I'm gonna say. Looking at this, the market is actually pushing towards the what? The 50 EMA. All right, the market is pushing towards the 50 EMA. So this is where the market is actually going, but we want to know where exactly around the 50 EMA is the market going to go. So if you look at this, remember what I always say: when the market forms a peak, it will then test the neck of that peak. All right, so now if I look at this, my candle for that formed the neck of the peak is actually this one right there. So this is where I expect the market to actually trade into. All right, this is what I expect the market to trade into. For those who actually do ICT, you can actually see an order block right there as well in the same spot. So this is actually where I am very 100% confident the market is going to go to. However, I am not neglecting the fact that we actually have a low on this side right here. So the fact that we have a low on this side right here, that means the market is going to react where it is now. So I expect to see a pullback this coming week. I expect to see a pullback, and after a pullback, then the market can start buying. So this can take 1 week, this can take 2 weeks or whatsoever, but while this is happening, we expect to ride with the market until it gets to that point there. So what it then means is the market might issue you, maybe this is an example, another candle there, and then issue you a candle right there at the 50 EMA, and probably issue you a pin bar. So that is what you're looking for, a pin bar, and then after that you expect the market to actually give you a reversal. All right, so you expect the market to actually give you what? A reversal, and push all the way down, and even break that yesterday's low, yesterday that last year's low. So this is a very long term sell, because we are trading away from where? From the peak formation. But we are not going to worry about the sell at the moment. We are going to worry about the buy. So where the market is going to go now, we want to see an ID50, number one. Number two, we want to see the market test the neck of that M. So it's either it's going to be an ID50, or it's going to be a test of the M, or it's going to do both. Like I said, for those who trade ICT, probably you'll be expecting the market to react around that order block there. So those are all the expectations that I want to see. I want the market to trade towards that area there. But before it does that, the market first has to bounce off that low that you see right here. The market has to bounce off this low at the moment, and when it does that, the market has to come back and most probably bounce off this low again, and after that, then the market can go up. All right, I'm just going to remove all these drawings and try and show you what I mean. So the market will bounce off this low, all right, and then probably come down to this low, all right, and then from there the market will start buying up to that neck line candle, or you order block, whichever you prefer, and then the market after that will have to then sell all the way down. So then we expect to see a peak formation and a drop all the way down and break last year's low. So this is exactly what we're expecting from the dollar index. Now someone might then ask and say, okay, then if this is what we expect from the dollar index, now how do I then translate this into the other pairs? Now here is what happens. The dollar index, when it is buying, all right, it means USD CHF is what? Is also buying. Okay, so when the dollar index is buying, USD CHF is buying. When the dollar index is buying, Euro USD is actually selling. So that's the easiest way to actually understand this. So Euro USD is actually doing what? Selling, and USD CHF is buying, and the dollar index is also buying. So whilst we are expecting the dollar index to trade into this area, into that area, and then down into that area, we expect Euro USD to do the opposite of that. We expect Euro USD to do what? To do the opposite of that, which will be to actually buy whilst the dollar index is selling, and then sell whilst the dollar index is buying. So what then do I mean with that? Let's go back to our charts, the ones we are used to, and then I'll show you what exactly I mean. All right, so I've got my USD CHF right here, and as you can see, this has been buying because the dollar index has been buying. And if I pull the chart right here, you can see the similarity of what you were actually looking at right now. You can actually see that it has also formed the peak formation like the dollar index, and you can also see that pullback right there like the dollar index. And again, from the start of the year, you can see that it has been buying like the dollar index, and now it has been selling like the dollar index, and it also has a candle like the dollar index. So again, it's not like the price is gonna be 100% the same, but that is what you expect. Okay, so now that means then from USD CHF, since we said the dollar index is going towards a certain order block, so it means from the USD CHF, our main point where we expect price to react is most probably around the 50 EMA as well. So that means most probably around that area there. This is where we expect the market to actually reach to. But W1 information is of no use too much to us, because we do not trade based on this. We only want to know the bias of the market, and then we can go to lower time frames and start to count levels and see where the lower time frames are going. So what you are doing is just following key levels. So the reason why I marked that candle there is because this is the last low or the lower low that you can see in the market that the market might actually want to trade into. So you've got a, let's just mark this as higher high for now, and then mark this as a lower high, and then mark this as a lower low, and mark this as a lower high, and this is a lower low. So you want the market to come either to the last lower high or the last lower low. But the reason why I'm preferring the last lower low, it's because the 50 EMA is actually closer to the last lower low than it is to the last lower high. So that's the reason why I'm expecting price to trade into that, and then probably spike or get into that as well, and leave probably a week before it can continue selling. So that is my expectation based on USD CHF. All right, now If you then take a look at Euro USD, you'll find Euro USD is actually the total opposite of that. So as you can see, USD, when they started the year, they started what? Selling instead of buying. So exactly what I meant when I said the dollar index is the total opposite of what Euro USD is doing. And Euro USD formed a peak for the year, and then they started buying. So now they are at the point where Euro USD has formed equal highs there, which is more like a peak as well within the cycle, but this can only be visible on a lower time frame, not a higher time frame, and they have started selling. So again, we expect to see Euro USD coming in the regions of the 50 EMA again, because we trade BTMM. We expect to see around the 50 EMA, but again, it's not like when it gets there we just jump in and say, oh yeah, this is actually now a buy. We observe what price is actually going to do. So now looking at other strategies like the ICT, you probably might want to see the market get into this area right there, and this is the last lower low that you can see. This is the last higher low that you can see, and this is the last this is the higher low that you can see right there, which has already been broken. All right, and then this is your higher high. So you want to see the market come around this area right there and probably maybe retouch that last higher low before it goes up. So you want to see the market trade into that area, retouch the higher low before it can then continue going up for the year. So it means for the year we expect Euro USD to be a buy and then USD CHF to be a sell. But at the moment, this is all that you can actually see. So at the moment, this is all that you can actually see. So USD CHF is correcting, and then it will continue going down. At the same time, Euro USD is correcting, and then it will continue going up. All right, now like I said, weekly price is of no importance to day traders, so we have to go down to lower time frames and actually count levels to see what exactly is going to happen. But because we know and we anticipate the market to probably come to this area right here, right, we probably know what it is going to do. So if I put this here, you already see this is where I've put my box right there. I'm just gonna try and make it a little bit smaller so that it becomes neat. So you can see that this box actually coincides with the last peak that was formed from this area right there. So if I put it right here, this is the exact same area where a peak was formed right there. So this is where I expect to see the Euro USD or the dollar coming to. So what I want to see this following week is for the market to actually retrace. So right, I want the market to come back, respect the low, or rather swipe it out a little bit and then come back into the range. Whether it's gonna come to the 50 EMA or the 200, I don't know, but I expect it to come back into the range, and then after that I expect it to sell 3 more levels to the bottom. All right, I expect it to sell 3 more levels to the bottom. So that is what I want to see. Now if I say 3 more levels to the bottom, if you want to count levels on this, you will find this is your peak formation, and this is your first drop, and this is your second drop, and then lastly this is your third drop. So you are already at level 3. All right, so this is your level 3, level 1, level 2, and now you're back at your level 3. So you are expecting the market to sell to the low, and then for the market to then come back, give you a reset, whether at the 50 or at the 200, and then go down. So you want to see those EMAs crossing there so that the 200 will come a little bit lower for the market to reset, if it's going to reset at the 200. All right, now for USD CHF, I then expect the opposite. So if we go to the 1 hour time frame from the USD CHF, again, I want us to mark the area where we said we anticipate price to get into. So this area being our last low right there, you can see this is the area right here. I'm gonna put a small box this time around so that we are able to see this box from the 1 hour time frame. So if I zoom the 1 hour time frame, that's our box right there. And now if you check carefully, you see this is where we have a reset that happened at some time. And I remember when this reset happened. So this is exactly the point where we are saying we expect price to actually get into. And like I said, don't take my word for it. These are my anticipations. All right, so these are my anticipations. If it happens, good. If it doesn't, then it's still okay. But that is exactly what I expect. So what I want to see, I want to see price actually coming back to the high, whether on a Monday or a Tuesday, and I want to see price then coming back either to the 50 EMA or to the 200 EMA and retrace there and then continue going up. So that is what I am anticipating in the coming weeks, for us to reach that area right there, and then from there we can then start to see a peak formation that will then finish the year. So we want to finish the year on a sell. So it means the peak formations that are going to appear up there around that point are going to be peak formations that will move for a long time. So this is it, guys. This is exactly what I wanted to share with you. And if you agree with me, good. If you do not agree with me, please make your own analysis. This is what I expect. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. This is my anticipation, and I'm not a price predictor. I'm just expecting to see something like that. And if it does not happen, I'll then look further into the market and see where next things are going to be. But I'm very confident this is exactly what price is supposed to do. I hope this helps you and it opens your eyes into what we expecting this week. Have a nice week, guys, and again, let's win this week. Cheers.